If I go to a restaurant, I think that to a large extent, my choice of what to have in that particular restaurant will be hinged on who is paying. Yes, if I'm taking myself out and I'm going all out, I can take anything I want because I plan for the outing and I intend to spend money and I had budgeted something. So I would usually take what is within the budget. But if it's someone else is paying, I would like to know the person's budget because the person's budget is what will influence my choice or my preferred option when it comes to what is on the menu. You see how things go? Good. For a while now, I have not had plantain. This is because plantain is now gold for some of us. I cannot afford it. I cannot afford to buy ordinary 4 small plantain for 500 naira. No, it doesn't make sense to me. So I'm not going to buy it. If I'm not going to plant it and harvest it and eat it, I am not going to buy it. Except, of course, it is like oxygen, which is the air that I breathe. Or it just seems like if I don't eat it, something is going to go wrong. It's going to affect my performance at work. Yeah, chances are that it may or may not. So I go with potato as the next option to plantain when I want to eat roasted stuff like barley. Life and death. Pleasure and pain, good and bad, could be the outcome of any choice made. As most times, there is no in between. There's no sitting on the fence. There's no, okay, it will go, you will enjoy small, you will suffer small. For most choices, it's either one or the other. It turns out positive or it turns out negative. Now let's bring the conversation home. Canada will be the first nation to start printing warnings directly onto individual cigarettes in a bid to deter young people from starting smoking and encourage others to quit smoking. The warnings, which will be in English and French, will include phrases like cigarettes cause cancer and poison in every puff. Those are the warnings. Cigarettes cause cancer and poisoning in every puff. And by July 2024, which is approximately a year from today, manufacturers will have to ensure the warnings are on all king-size cigarettes sold. And by April 2025, all regular size cigarettes and little cigars with tipping paper and tubes must include the warnings. In Nigeria, I am sure you remember this phrase. Whenever you drive or move around town and you see a billboard containing, it's the advert, okay? Billboards, posters, advertising a particular cigarette, or even when you hear it on radio or you see it on TV, there's always a warning. Remember, the Federal Ministry of Health warns that smokers are liable to die young. I've heard that since I was a child. In fact, there's a particular cigarette I remember the song that was used. I think it was Lighthouse Ocean Drive. So that was how I fell in love with that song, because I would always see it on national TV. The advertisement. But the ads come a warning. For alcohol, you will most likely see something like this. Drink responsibly. Right? This is because research has been carried out time and time again on the possible harm these products or these substances have on an individual. However, has it stopped being manufactured? The answer is no. Has it stopped being distributed? The answer is no. Now, Canada being the first country, most likely there are other nations all over the world that will adopt this same pattern of warning. Before it used to be on individual packs. Now it's going to be on individual sticks. One is forced to ask, which is a better option really? Between producing or manufacturing and distributing these same things that you have clearly stated are harmful to one's health, or warn consumers against the use of such products. Manufacturing and distribution, and then there is warning them not to use after they have been manufactured and distributed. In Nigeria currently, I know some things that are not acceptable. They're not openly sold or openly distributed because they have been termed as illegal. Hence, if you are found with such things, you would be arrested and you will be made to face the law. The fights of the Nigeria drug law enforcement agencies hinge on narcotics, drugs, marijuana and the rest. Okay? So, yes, they fight this thing every now and then. So you're not supposed to produce it, you're not supposed to distribute it as well, and you're not even supposed to take it. How come there are some others that have been classified as harmful that are sold freely in the market space, advertised freely in the media, and consumed freely by individuals? It only makes sense that we look at this matter logically, and that is why I'm asking, as an individual, haven't thought this through, do you support the continuous manufacture and distribution of certain products that have been classified as harmful to one's health? Which is a better option? If a country like Nigeria should make a policy on some of these items or some of these products, is it better that they are discontinued manufacture and distribution, or still give the warning and leave people to make their choice whether it turns out good for them or it turns out bad for them? Let's talk. 0817 923 0002 0817 923 0003 0817 923 0007, and the female caller line is 0817 923 0009. WhatsApp and Telegram number remains 0809 030 6416. Join the conversation on Twitter at Nigeria Info PH. Join the conversation on Facebook, Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. On Threads and Instagram at Nigeria Info FM _PH. My first caller is Mr. Zion from GRA. Good afternoon to you, Mr. Zion. Welcome to the sunny side.
Thank you for this conversation. The truth is this: the men have to say they are liable to die young, and we are still producing and distributing. That alone is actionable in court. I think the choice of the Nigerian government is the best. Let the warning be on each individual stick, and not what we are doing right now. I have a friend, my childhood friend. This guy is a chain smoker, only Tari by name. Another of my very good friends again, Tony. These guys are chain smokers. There was a day I was going out with my wife, this is my friend joined me, and he liked this guy of this thing for inside this car. You know what he told me?
No.
You are disturbing me.
inside your car.
But let's be honest.
Inside your car or his car?
It doesn't matter. He has the right. He has the right. That is his prerogative of enjoyment, produced and distributed by the government. Don't forget that, underline that. Produced and distributed by the government. So for me to ask him not to smoke...
Wait. Hold on. Pause. Are you saying cigarettes are produced and distributed by the government?
The government endorses it. Cocaine that is not endorsed. But as long as the government is collecting tax from it is their product.
You can't clearly say it is their product, that they have allowed for a free trade of these
They
products.
have a regulation and a free trade.
Exactly, yes.
Maybe that's the right word to be used.
Exactly, that's the right
Now, do you know that we are even making a mistake? The cigarette we are promoting, the leaves or the ingredients, they are not from our environment. It's an environment from another environment which are not good to our own health. But the Indian hemp that is from our own environment, why are we not promoting it? I challenge any biochemist or agriculturist. Indian hemp does not grow in America, does not grow in Europe, only grow in Africa, Nigeria, as a case study.
Okay, so Mr. Zion, your point exactly is
the choices they have made is because they have been provided or regulated by the government. We should allow it. But if we say it shouldn't be their choice, then let the warnings be on each stick, so that you that is taking it each stick, I cannot tell you, please go outside and smoke. It is the warning and individual warning and not generalistic. And if we say it is harm to our health, can we stop it? Since it is not good for our health, we should stop it. But if we say it's bad for our health and we are still regulating it, it's their choice. And I think I don't like that.
Hi, Muriel. Welcome to the sunny side. Go ahead, Muriel.
Thank you. Denise, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Your Krika woman on the line.
Yes, you're welcome.
Denise, as a mother, the first time you give birth to your child, you carry your child, you look at this baby, and if you have the power to take all the bad in the world so that this child will have no option than to just be subjected to only good things, you will do it as a mother and as a parent. But you can't, Denise. The good and the bad has to exist in the world.
Okay.
Even the Bible said, even God himself that loves us so much, he said, I have set before you good and evil. But he will advise you to choose good so that you will live. But if you choose bad, you die. Denise, I'm so sorry, but yeah, some persons have to die. Yeah, because of wrong choices. Maybe to fulfill the scriptures or for the population. For many reasons, yes. Those that choose wrong will have to pay for it. Denise, it is right for a government to warn its citizens that this is bad and this is good. Trust me, these cigarette companies, they are providing products to our citizens. Whether we like it or not, Denise, there are good parts to it and there is the evil part to it. But the government, in their own, how do I put it now? They are so good. Let me just praise them for once to tell you that even the world is so good. They love us someone. They're telling us that this part is wrong. If you do this, you will get cancer. If you do this, they can go to any extent and write it on the stick and then place it on the stick. Maybe even with every breath. Even if there will be a sound tune, a voice made that will come out when the person sniffs one, a voice will tell you, you will die. You sniff the second one, a voice will say you will die. Even if you do that, Denise, people will still smoke.
Muriel,
people are listening.
I liked when you mentioned the child you gave birth to, if you have your way, right? Now, you know fire. I mean, it seems like a dumb question, but you know what a fire is.
Hello?
You know what fire is, right?
Yes.
As much as you tell your child, do not put your hands in fire, because if you put your hands in fire, you will get burnt. Would you still deliberately allow for fire to be in close proximity with your child, hoping that your child will be wise enough not to put their hands in fire? When I'm just saying. Congratulations.
Because fire is dangerous doesn't mean you won't use fire in the house anymore. In fact, you even need fire for the sake of that child to make his meals. So if you keep telling them, you don't bring the fire close to your child, the fire is where it is. The fire has its own advantage. You tell this child, don't go close. When the child is going, you run, you bring the child out. You tell the child,
I did not
Don't
say.
go.
Okay, go ahead, Mira. Just go ahead.
Don't go, don't touch, don't go, don't touch. The child refused. Denise, do you know that you might be tempted to use that fire to touch a finger of that child? The child will cry all through that day, but you will not allow it to burn. But let that child feel the pain that comes with that fire. Trust me, Denise, that child will never go close to that fire again. Sometimes people learn by example. When it happens by experience. Sometimes allow people to learn by experience. There are some people that have been smoking, chain smokers. Do you know that they have come to a near death experience that only themselves, in fact, when they see cigarette, they run. In fact, the smell of cigarette chases them. But when you deprive them of doing that, they will think there is too much sweetness in it. So set the good and bad. Tell them this is bad, this is good. If you make this choice, you will die. If you make this choice, you will live. And leave them. That is how the world goes. You can't take out people out of the world. You cannot.
All right, Muriel, thank you. Thank you so much, Muriel. You know, while she was talking, I just remembered something the health professionals used to warn in those days. Now, I hope you also do realize that sometimes these substances, the sufferers are not those who deliberately expose themselves to it alone. I think there's something they call it in medical terms. Is it second-hand smokers? Yes. So when you sit in a particular environment to smoke, right? There are those within that environment that can inhale the cigarettes, the puffs, right? And those are the people that have been classified as second-hand smokers. So they didn't go to buy it. No, they didn't. They didn't pick it up and light it up. No, they didn't. But you are in that environment and you can get the same effect. Why do you even think they want pregnant women not to take alcohol and not to smoke? Because research has shown over time the impact of these two things on the development of the child in the womb. So some of these choices, they are not going to affect you. The outcome is not hinged on you alone, who is a direct participant. Someone innocently gets to feel the impact of your choices. I don't know if you understand what I mean. Chukuma is calling from D-Line. Hi, Chukuma. Welcome. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah, Denise, that is actually a very good conversation you brought this afternoon. Myself, I've actually wondered why there are so many negatives with cigarette smoking, but yet regulators have not banned it. I think there is what we call primordial level of prevention.
Okay.
At primordial level, we don't even allow the risk factor to come in the very first place. Knowing how harmful cigarette smoking is, the pressure, the cancer patients, some of the cancer patients that came down as a result of cigarette smoking, the pressure they put in the hospital, on the healthcare system, and also the economy as well, is massive. I think it's enough for government to put outright ban on it, except if there is benefit, which I doubt if there is. So there is no benefit to cigarette smoking. So in my own opinion, I will just say outright ban. That primordial level of prevention. That is what we should be looking at.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. If you're just joining us, it is the Sunny Side of your number one station for Talk 92.3 Nigerian for FM. And we're talking continuous manufacture and distribution of harmful products. Now, for this conversation, I have highlighted two of them. Tobacco, cigarettes, and alcohol. We know what tobacco does. I mean, time and time again, we have received the enlightenment on the need to desist from, taking such harmful products, the possibility of causing cancer. And yeah, I remember some of these things vividly. How you see a doctor bring up two pictures of lungs, and they tell you this is a healthy lung, and they tell you this is an unhealthy lung, and this lung was made unhealthy because the owner of this lung decided to indulge in smoking. and now this person probably would need this and that to get cured, or it depends on how far gone this person is. You know some of these things that have been done several times. You probably have been in classrooms or seminars when some of these matters have been discussed. So there's tobacco, there's alcohol. Alcohol, they will say, just take small, don't take it too much, drink responsibly. I think my colleague went to a particular, hold on, I'm trying to find it. She went to a particular awareness or sensitization stuff done by Nigeria breweries, and it was hinged around alcohol consumption and all that. So these things are freely traded, as opposed to some other harmful consumables or some other harmful substances that are not freely traded. They are outrightly banned. If you're caught with those things, you will be penalized. But this is me asking, between not even having them produced and distributed, and then having them produced and distributed, but warning people against their use, which is a better option? Logically. Simon from HA. Hi Simon. Oh dear Simon. You will have to call me back. And yes, we come back to choices. It's all hinged around choices. I've been blessed with the power of choice, and so have you. However, certain factors will influence and determine my choice. If I don't see cigarettes to buy, I will not buy it. That's the truth. If I'm a smoker, that is. And this is not me judging anyone. No, trust me. I can't even sit here and say, oh, what you're doing is bad. I'm only placing this argument on the statement by the government, warning that these substances are not good. Warning that smokers are liable to die young. Telling you to drink responsibly, because if you drink and overdrink, it hampers with your reasoning and everything. Accidents could occur, a lot of things. In the long run, you're going to harm your liver, your organs, and all of those things. So why warn people? Look at what Canada did. They'll be the first nation to start printing warnings directly on individual cigarettes in a bid to deter young people from starting to smoke and encourage others to quit. So when they pick the stick of cigarettes and they see those warnings, I don't want to die, Pico, they drop it. Or someone who is already a chain smoker picks it up and says, you know what, I don't want to die, so I'm going to stop smoking. The warnings, which will be in English and French, will include phrases like cigarettes cause cancer and poison in every puff. And they're saying that by July 2024, manufacturers will have to ensure the writings are on all king-size cigarettes sold. And by April 2025, all regular-sized cigarettes and little cigars with tip-in paper and tubes must include the warnings. One is forced to ask again, which is a better option? Discontinue manufacture and distribution of harmful substances, or warn consumers against the use of such products. Now, we're going to bring in some of those things that we enjoy as pleasure. The carbonated drinks that they have said countless times, these products per bottle have XYZ number of cubes, okay? And some of the sweeteners that they use that is not good for one's health, and yet they are still allowing those products to be distributed. And every day we cry out that people are suffering from diabetes. Dakuku from HA, welcome to the sunny side. Go ahead.
Hello, good afternoon, sunny side.
Yes, good afternoon, Dakuku. Go ahead.
Okay, so my immune system is a very interesting topic, which I'm interested over it. You know what we are talking about, tobacco and other things, taking it, drugs and the drinks, all drinks. See, there's the one that is good in the body, the system, and the most of them are not good. Like cigarette, the tobacco is not good in the system of any human being.
Dakuku, we've already established that it is not good.
Hello?
Dakuku, we've already established that it is not good. But my question is simple. Dakuku, can you hear me? Dakuku, can you hear me? Can I have this conversation with you, Dakuku? We have already established that it is not good. My question to you, Dakuku, would be, which is a better option between discontinuing manufacture or warning consumers against the use of such products?
See, the only thing for me, in anything in that aspect of it, should be suspended.
Okay.
But alcohol should continue, and it has a limit.
Okay, alcohol continues, cigarettes suspended. Bob from Mbiama. Welcome, Bob. How you doing? Welcome to the sunny side.
I'm doing fine, Dennis. Long time. Travel and come back.
Oh.
This discussion is very good. Yeah, there is no way to cover. Can you hear me?
Bob, I can hear you.
This thing. Man always invents something bad right from the top of Eden. God, to eat this thing. Oh, to not do. You know, that young boy reflected in this cow physics, this mama, when he did this cow physics. Are you hearing me?
I'm with you. Go ahead.
They will filter it. They will filter it. And then put the ground and other substance, fix it and start smoking. And the filter will be high. And you see all of them on the street now. Insane. One of these are not that they live like Ghana. Like that is how the mama.
Bob, I can barely hear you. You may have to call back. Thank you very much. Precious N. Benson is watching live on Facebook, and she says, is it a she or a he now? Okay, the person says, no, I am not in support of such products. Divine Michael Agu says, I am really confused. That's why every cigarette pack has a warning that states the Federal Ministry of Health warns that smokers are liable to die young. But what I don't understand is why cigarettes are still manufactured and distributed across the country. You know, I've been asking myself why cigarettes still produced and distributed if it's harmful to one's health. Shouldn't it be banned just like the likes of cocaine, marijuana, tramadol, and so on? Let's hear from Real Gift, calling from Port Harcourt Town. Hi, Real Gift. Welcome to you. Go ahead.
Good afternoon to you, my lady.
Good afternoon to you, not my man. Go ahead.
Well, I'll take out the lady part. Well, for me, you know, it's only those who walk during the night that understand the orders of the spirit. And so, looking at this issue, every time on the photos that if there is no product, there will be no market. If there is no market, there will be no product. So for me, I think outright buying or production of these items will be the best option. If I don't see them, maybe you know go hungry me. If you hungry me for some time too, I know say there is no way I can get it. I will control my own throat. But when you put these things, they will tell you, so even if the one of the people they die young, we know they smoke. So what happens? So for me, I think putting this warning is the same thing as not putting it and has not stopped it. So, sorry, stop us.
Michael Gift. We need to go on a commercial now. The conversation continues. It's still the Sunny Station, 2.3 Nigerian for the station.
For more talk, news and sports, stay tuned to 9.
As a message on WhatsApp from Ben from Akpajo. So Ben opines that Smokers are liable to die young. Smoking causes lung cancer. Smoking kills. Quit now. What about the infants that died? All death, not death. So because all death, not death. Hold on. This is not a conversation I'm sure a lot of people would love to have, but seeing that death is a debt as in DEBT, is a price that all men will eventually pay. Imagine you could choose how you want to die. You know, they say that people died by natural causes, not cause of any man. No. Wouldn't it be better that way than dying because of your own choices that turned badly for you? I'm just saying, the people that choose to take their lives and they say, you know what, I'm going to kill myself today. I'm going to drink this and I'm going to do that. And that is how they die. They chose how they want to die and they chose when to take their life. And others say, I know death will eventually come. But if I must die, it shouldn't be because of things that can be avoided. So even if all die, now die, according to our Wari brothers, does it still make sense that you know something is harmful and you insist on doing it? Don't drink and drive. It's the reason why they say don't drink and drive. If you drink and drive, the chances that you may not function well mentally happens, and before you know it, one thing leads to the other. There is an accident. So it's either you're only the person affected or several other people are affected. When there's a collision and two vehicles or multiple vehicles come together, sometimes it's people in all the vehicles that get injured or lose their lives. So they're saying that don't do this because your actions and inactions is going to affect the next person. So you may not be the only sufferer. Think about it. You may not be the only sufferer. Do you want to go down and have several other persons go down with you? We can't say this enough, can we? But again, I will come back to your WhatsApp messages after trending stories. Keep them coming. We'll have this conversation and round off. And then we'll have the chit chat, and then that will be that about that. So once again, Twitter at Nigeria Info PH, and Facebook page is Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. WhatsApp and Telegram number remains 0809-030-6416. Just stay tuned to us. We'll be right back.
Nigeria Info. You talk, we listen.